Good evening, folks. This is your Southern guy who has a different outlook on what's going on in the country these days. As the 4th of July arrives, um, I'm not sure I can celebrate Independence Day. And the reason being is 2020 seems to be the year that we finally gave up what little rights we had left. Towards the end of 2019 and into the first month, anyway, of 2020, all the news could talk about was impeachment. Impeachment. 24/7 impeachment. No matter which opinionated show you looked at, they all had the same connotation. Then all of a sudden, COVID-19 or the coronavirus popped up. And it was a very short period of time the big bad federal government said jump, and the American citizens said ha ha. Now, was this for health reasons, or is there some, I don't know, I'm not a conspiracy theory. But all of a sudden, America went in lockdown. They were told to stay home. They were told to close their businesses. They were told not to go out. They were told the new mood of social distancing. The result was businesses closed, people lost their jobs. So wonderful Congress passed a stimulus package, gave everybody a little bit of money. It wasn't enough to keep you alive very long. And then they threw in unemployment insurance, the umbrella that was supposed to be a safety net in case you did lose your job while you were looking for another job or could find employment somewhere else. Of course, unemployment, you could make more money than you were working, which said, why am I going back to work? There were conflicts on COVID-19. The television that the president gave with his task force was full of conflicts. The news you read on social media was full of conflicts. The news that I won't say news, the opinions that you saw on the so-called 24/7 news shows, I call them opinion shows, had a bunch of conflicts. You hear about the deaths, and yet you don't hear there's a 99% cure rate or health recovery rate, I should say. Recovery rate. Then all of a sudden we went from lockdown to protest. Let's pull every monument down. Black Lives Matter. People taking over sections of cities and declaring their own, I don't know, city within a city, country within a country, whatever it is, their own autonomous deal. No police. Let's disband police. How much freedom have we given up? How much freedom have we lost that we will never recover? And now you have the new norm. That's getting to be the philosophy you hear on all these opinionated shows, as well as your nightly local news. The new norm. What is the new norm? We march in Cadence. We have the government telling us how much we can live off of. We have the big bad federal government telling us how much we can eat or what we can eat. We have the big bad government telling us where we can go or where we can't go. We have the big bad federal government telling us how to dress. I don't know, but we sure have, in a short, very short period of time, lost sight of freedom and independence. So as y'all celebrate Independence Day and shoot your fireworks off and do your barbecue, have fun, have your Distancing social gathering, guess you could say. You certainly can't go to bars in most places. And while you pledge allegiance to the flag, which I can't do anymore, I'm sorry, and there are reasons that I may state in another video, but I personally think instead of celebrating, I'm going to be down on one knee with tears in my eyes of the freedoms that this citizens of this country have given up so quickly that it makes your head swim. My apologies to my kids and grandkids for leaving you such a stupid, messed up country. Now, some of you are going to dispute everything I've said. You're going to say COVID-19 is a deathly disease. I don't know. The numbers are flawed. Nobody knows where the numbers are coming from. They say more people have tested positive lately than anywhere. Houston was a main story this morning on one of the opinionated shows. And yet Houston had tested recently 85,000 people. They had cars lined up since before daylight looking for a test. If you test, yeah, you're going to come up with more positive. There are also stories that these come back positive when they're really not positive. There was a story about some nurses who discovered that something was wrong, and they sent in tests or swabs that were not swabs and never had been swabs, and they came back positive. Is that the truth? I don't know. I didn't fact check it. But the numbers are flawed. You hear stories about death would contributed by something else, but yes, they had signs of COVID-19. So the cause of death was listed as COVID-19, not a massive heart attack. Who knows? Who knows the truth? We'll never know the truth. It's been hidden from us. It's been kept secret. And now we got the UN coming in talking about a new world government. So folks, you've lost sight of your independence and you've given it up real quick. So while you celebrate, I don't think I will. I'm going to be down on one knee with tears in my eyes. God bless, and God bless America. We need you now more than we ever did.